Welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Texting. It's your girl, Shade. Hey, bitches.
It's your girl, Charles Pinky.
I didn't know we were singing and I'm not prepared. It's Glenn. Oh, I gotta say it.
That was melodic.
Welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Texting. It's me, Sade.
It's me, Chelsea Pinky.
It's Glenn at Bed-Stuy Brat. What's poppin', y'all?
Nothing much. These fucking dogs are wilding out right now. If you hear them in the background, I'm very sorry.
I kind of do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's a dog fight on the block.
What's up on Reddit replies, girls?
I can kick it off because you both are probably very unprepared.
Correct. At least for me.
Yeah, I don't got shit.
I said what I said. Okay, so this is I'm like kind of cheating because I just saw this on the interwebs. Someone we follow actually, like she's kind of like a known influencer, I guess, a fashion-y girl.
Mm-hmm.
She posts a lot on this subject of like what men should be providing, and we kind of touched on this on the episode with Bree, but she posted this guy talking about, it's like a TikTok video, and the guy's basically like, these days women are taking themselves out to 5-star restaurants and they're treating their friends with like gifts with bags and shoes, and they're taking themselves on exotic vacations, so like they don't need a man who basically like can't do those same things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that's interesting, because it's like, sure, of course you can provide those things for yourself, but that doesn't mean that if a man cannot do those things for me, then like I cannot be with him. It's like, if you can provide for yourself, you can't necessarily then like put what you have with the other person and like do things together. Like he doesn't now need to like take over that role of what I'm able to provide for myself, is basically what I saw from it. And he was like, men, step it up. Like you're a bozo. And I was like, whoa, this is really aggressive. And then I had also seen this thing, which like on Spiritual World, I want to say is the IG.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a Twitter thread on like why men aren't vulnerable with women. And a lot of the posts I was seeing is like, we're vulnerable, and then when we break up with you, we're bums and we're broke and we can't pay the rent. And I was like, oh God, there's like a whole thing.
That thread was really good. I actually saved it down.
That thread?
Yeah. The one, men sharing why they do not open up to women. Do you want me to read some?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so one was, so a woman said, the woman who tweeted it said, why do men shut their partners out when when they're going through stuff? It's really unfair. And this guy said, because at some point you'll use it against him, whether intentional or not, because women, you don't know, certain things can't be said. And one said, you can't take them away. Sorry, we'll just never cut it. People really tweet and don't reread tweets.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that meant.
I'm basically up what he's putting down,
saying that like a woman will use it against him, and like some things you can't be unsaid, so like it will fuck up their relationship.
Yeah.
Another person said the answer is in the question in and of itself. First paragraph, the man has the problem, he's going through stuff, period. Second line, she made it about herself, it's unfair to you, right? And that's why men don't. There was a lot about women making it about themselves. And
but I think it is like kind of interesting. And we're going to get into this conversation with our guests, but like the more and more, I think the older we get, the more and more I am seeing like this weird, like, Chelsea, you kind of talk about this, the gender wars, but like, it's very rooted in like the traditions of who can provide what or who can do what. So it's like when men are clapping back at women, they're like, well, y'all bitches can't cook and clean. And when women are clapping back at men, it's like, well, you're broken, you're a bum, and you can't provide. And like, I don't know, I find it interesting. I mean, y'all know my take. I really don't care, but it's like, Here we are.
I
in
mean,
this
I feel like-
progressive 2021.
Yeah. I feel like
Regressive.
there's something to like, if women are able to do all those things for themselves, then they just want to, it's like that idea of being with somebody who's equally yoked, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't need you to buy those things for me, but if I'm already living a certain type of lifestyle, it would be easier if you were too. Maybe that's a way to look at it, you know?
Yeah. But I don't think it, like what I took away from the video, and maybe that's not what this man was trying to say, but what I took away from it is like, they now don't need a man if he cannot reach those levels.
Right.
And it's like, well, damn, bitch, you gonna be single or you gonna be in a very small pool competing with all these bitches? Because unfortunately, if we're gonna go by societal norms, like men are the pickers. So like if I have my pick of the fucking litter, and this kind of goes back to the Ebony K. Williams conversation, it's almost incentivizing people to be broke bitches, to be honest. Fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
Because if I already have all these things on my own, now I have to compete in a small pool of men who make more money than me or the same amount of money as me, right? Which we already know, very challenging, specifically for Black men of color. It's like, well, if
I mean, honestly, even for like, we talked about the 1% is starts at what they say, like 500,000
or something,
which I thought would be way higher.
I know.
It's a small
pool. So it's like I was saying, it incentivizes you to be a broke bitch. No shade. I'm not trying to come for everybody, but it kind of does, is like, I don't need to go hustle and make all this money. I could just chill. And then hopefully somebody comes and scoops me up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Because now, if as the man, I have to be able to provide above what you already provide for yourself, bitch, you already taking yourself to all the nice restaurants and shit. Like the level of what you're looking for starts to level up, but then the pool decreases. It's like, it's not working.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's
Sigh.
hard out here. Fucking hard out here. Now that I'm back on Clubhouse, these are the conversations I hear every day.
Really?
All day, every day.
It's so bad.
I saw one the other day. It was so ridiculous. It was like, should women with kids or who are overweight pay for first dates?
I'm sorry, with kids or overweight? How is this even the same thing?
Because they're saying her market value is lowered. So how dare she?
Is that some fucking Kevin Samuels shit?
It sounds like it. I'm
market
like,
value?
Probably rooted in him. But yeah, it's grown legs away from him as well.
Damn.
And men were in that chat that I was being like, yeah, I think they should.
That's a conversation I hear a lot. Like, you guys want, to be wined and dined, and you're someone's baby mama, or you are overweight. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh God. But just keep in mind, there aren't that many people on Clubhouse, right?
Okay.
It's a small pool of people.
It does give like a, test group. Like there are many of the same, they reflect a lot of mindsets that are out there though.
Yes.
In a boiled down, in a concentrated space. So,
yeah.
Well, y'all know I'm very much looking for a Harry Hamlin, someone who's gonna, Harry works, but it definitely feels like he's home, baking the pies, making the bolognese.
Okay, speaking of Harry Hamlin though, because I go into Clubhouse for the there's like a Bravo group chat that happens around like noon or 12:30 every weekday, and the guy who runs it like really is an insider. Like, he knows all the housewives, he interviews them. I don't know what publication he works for, but he knows what's going on with Bravo. And I think there's some tea with Harry Hamlin and Lisa, which is why she diverts attention other places. Because if you we don't really know about her relationship outside of the fact that they were both with other people, got together. I think there's some tea there.
But they've been together for a minute, because they were together, their kids are like in their early 20s, so at least for that long. And then I know
a minute That don't mean much. How long was Erica with Tom?
Oh, wait. I was talking about like they were with other people and then got together. Like I feel like when they got together, they were still young-ish.
Maybe. I don't know. I know Harry was married.
Harry had a child with a old
Yeah.
lady when he was
Yes,
like
yes,
19.
yes, yes.
That is crazy to me.
Yes.
He was much older. Yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Curious.
That's what someone alluded to. So we'll see in future seasons. Oh my God, I cannot wait.
I can't wait for that damn reunion. Ooh,
Yeah, Lisa,
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
listen, she don't play about Harry Hamlin.
She does not.
Okay, do you guys like Lisa?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm missing context.
I don't like her.
I think she's hilarious.
Does that mean you like her?
But like, it's not like I'm like ride or die for her. I just think she's a funny character.
I hate how she's treating Garcelle.
Yeah, I'm really not. From what I'm seeing, Dorit, the way Dorit is coming for Christelle, Lord.
Garcelle, yes.
Is not curling over quite right for me.
No.
Ooh, Dorit is getting on my nerves, actually. Ooh,
my last nerve.
Ooh,
Dorit and Lisa.
She blows mine.
Ooh,
she really blows mine. Like go away. Like, what are you ever talking about? Like,
literally, she goes on Andy's because I like the Watch What Happens Live when they try to clean shit up. She's like, of course I'm loquacious, da, 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 and like goes into another long rant, and I'm like, girl,
what are you talking about?
Why are you so long-winded?
PK is the star. If we're gonna
it's all
keep
about PK.
buck.
Although PK was being mad fake at that dinner, sitting next to Erica, like, sir, you was just talking mad shit about her.
PK was just sipping all the tea. He was sitting there like,
keep it calm. Like,
Okay, I do get how Erica could have been mad at that dinner. Sorry, guys, this is quick. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I know. I was like, this is still on my red, but not.
Okay, mine will be so fast. I get how she was mad looking back at that dinner, but also like they were just having dinner and like making jokes, you know?
Oh, PK?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so did Erica
I don't think he was
the
being
dinner?
Like,
did she get mad?
Mean-spirited.
Did she see
no,
it?
I'm sure she saw it back like now.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I'm saying though, I wasn't clear. The last episode, they go to Crystal's Chinese New Year dinner and PK is sitting next to Erica, kikiing, being like, you've been through so much.
Blah, blah, blah. But Chelsea saying she doesn't think PK was being like OD mean-spirited. So he wasn't necessarily being like hella fake. They were just like being a little messy.
Right. They were with their wives, like kikiing. The situation is funny. Fix his leg. Don't look at his brain.
It was pretty
70-something-year-old lawyer.
I can't lie.
Hilarious.
Okay. My red.
Ma'am, can I finish my portion?
Oh, you're also quite loquacious. Sorry.
Am I? Or did we end up somehow on the fucking Housewives?
All right, let's go. What's your reply?
That was my fucking red. My reply, I won't even fucking get into because it's going to be too long. So whatever. I guess my reply has become the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Did you actually have a reply?
Yes, but it's fine.
Okay. Maybe you'll give it to the patrons?
It's really not that interesting.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great. Well, we saved ourselves then. Just kidding. Okay, so I'll get into mine, and I definitely want to dig deeper into this at some point because we no longer have our original Zoom plan, so we have to kind of be fast. There is a judge. This is my red.
Oh, yes.
Who has been systematically in Tennessee putting Black kids in jail. It's really disgusting. Just to give you like an overview quickly, she basically arrested 11 kids from this school, one of which was 8 years old. She arrested them for like watching a fight and not intervening. It's like,
yeah, you sent us that. What the fuck does that even mean?
Did you read the thread?
I read the thread, and apparently she's like a bum. Like she barely passed the bar and she's like really sus, right?
Yeah, it took her 9 years and 5 attempts to pass the bar.
Girl.
You know, white people can get far
Girl.
with
I was gonna say
mediocrity.
white excellence.
But yeah,
Somebody's gonna drag me for that.
God, that's
it's
funny.
really wild.
Ugh.
And yeah,
It sounds
this has
like
been
she just
going on.
became a lawyer to be a fucking demon.
Well, she said, I'm doing God's work.
Right.
Oh, see, no.
Very strange, very strange. And there's this weird like video about this juvenile facility, and it like almost sounds like a hotel commercial. It's like, we provide breakfast and we're right away from the highway and we're near all the states, like, you know, Kentucky and all like the surrounding states can easily get to this facility. It's really fucking crazy and scary.
She's probably got getting some kickbacks.
It's like
from
privatized.
Yeah, maybe.
Shady.
Ooh.
But like one of the kids like threw up on herself, like when they were handcuffing her. Another one like it's so traumatizing. Yeah, so I want to, you know, I posted about it on my Instagram. I'll post about it again if you want more details, but you can read like the entire story on propublica.org. And the story is called Black Children Were Jailed for a Crime That Doesn't Exist. Almost nothing happened to the adults in charge. It's very gross and sick. What I'm replying to are all the words that Trinidadians have. And it's so crazy because my sister actually has like a Trinidadian dictionary.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, and like something happened recently where she like had to go in there or whatever. But yesterday my mom got called a name that I had never heard before. So the word is coco payol. So basically that is, you know, what they would, you know, call my mom in Trinidad, what someone might call her. It's like a Spanish Trinidadian. So it's basically like the Venezuelan people that came to Trinidad to work on the cocoa fields. And my mom was like talking about how like Trinidad has all these, you know, not in a negative way, not like a Trumpy way, but she was like, yeah, Trinidad has so many different people now because everyone's coming to the island. She was like, you go there and there's like, you know, Jamaicans, Grenadians, a ton of Venezuelans, like Colombians, like Dominican, like all these people are in Trinidad now, for whatever multiple reasons. But yeah, and someone was like, oh, be quiet with your cocoa pie self, like you are one of them too, and like was saying that to her, and she got mad, and it was like this whole thing. But yeah, so it's just interesting how many words that country has.
And cocoa comes, you said, from like from farming.
Yeah.
What's do you know what the last part of the word means?
So Espanol, it's like just like a shortening, like glued on to
Espanol.
That. Yeah.
Got you. That's really
Clever
interesting.
people.
That's very interesting.
I got a lot of words.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that one.
You got to pull out the dictionary and just start to like we'll have an episode, just go through.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And tell us a bunch of words.
You know,
I'm, so cool.
As you guys already know, I'm a very proud Trinidadian. We created a lot of things. And, you know, from such a tiny little island, it's just like so much creativity. So yeah, I actually do want to like dig deeper into like the vocabulary and all that stuff. But yeah, it was cool to just like rediscover that randomly with my mom yesterday.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
That's what's up. All right, my on read and reply. This is so bad because I cannot remember who tweeted this, but maybe one of you saw it. It was like circulating on Instagram yesterday, a screenshot of this tweet of this dude being like, I just saw some man like dripped out in with a bust down, is that what they call it? Like a bust down Rolex, Louis Vuitton backpack. Is
that what they call it?
I think that's what they call it, right?
Yes.
Sitting in a middle seat at the back of a plane. Y'all need to do better. I thought it was interesting though. I'm kind of leaving that sentiment on red because, you know, I already have all of my thoughts around airport equality, airline equality, and the way that they make up all these classes and sections and TSA pre-check and clear and mint and this, and the third to make things feel more exclusive and to, you know, like, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like it. Everybody should be able to sit in a comfortable chair in a flying
sounding very
thing.
socialist of you.
Low key, we're all in a tin can in the sky, and you got to sit at the back of a plane in a thin seat next to the bathroom. Make it comfortable for everybody. Like, it just feels like they are inventing class systems in the sky. It's fucked up. Anyway, to get back around to old boy with the bust down Rolex, it's trash.
It's a business. I mean, they're all getting there safely. They're getting
like, what do you mean, Glenn?
It's stupid. I think it's like ridiculous. It's just creating more things for people to like lust over, to like place value on that don't matter. So to the point of the homeboy with the bust down Rolex, what's the big deal if he's not sitting? What is this person trying to say by saying that he's in the middle seat?
I think it's priorities.
Why is his priority to be sitting in should his priority be to sit in first class?
My priority is to be comfortable as possible when I'm flying. So yes, I would invest more money in that seat than in a Rolex.
Maybe he doesn't care. He got the bust down Rolex. Isn't that more valuable than a seat on a plane?
It's actually very invaluable once you bust down.
Oh, because I guess you open it up, destroys
it,
stupid shit to it,
and
no, it's like you can't resell it like that. Like,
whatever.
Who's gonna buy that?
I'm just saying, who fucking cares? That's his choice. Now, if
it's
we're
true.
talking about,
he's able to prioritize what he wants to spend his money on, but then it just seems like, did you take all of your money and then invest it in like these material items, and you can no longer afford to sit comfortably on the plane?
Right.
Or
maybe he doesn't care.
He doesn't, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. You rather look nice versus feel nice. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like people who will buy.
I do see it that way.
That's like people who will buy like a ton of makeup, but won't wash their face. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're covering shit up. Like, take care of them. To me, your body being in a comfortable seat is way more important than a Louis Vuitton bag. But to him, it's not, clearly.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think there's also, you just never know. He could have bought the ticket the day of, last minute, getting on a plane. Like, we can't judge all those things. People were in the comments like, this ain't it. This is wrong. Don't come for this man. You don't know why he's in that seat. Like, they're like, the richest people will be sitting on the train. Who fucking cares? He was getting to where he needed to go. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting for other people to judge other people's priorities. And clearly this man, maybe he didn't care.
I don't know if the richest people are sitting on the train, but
I mean, rich people are taking maybe like the subway. I don't know that they're like
middle class people are.
I don't know.
Really rich people have drivers.
Are like
I don't know. There could be some rich people taking the train.
I'm not gonna say on a consistent basis. I'm talking like, oh, there's traffic. I gotta hop on the 6 and go 3 stops.
It's like out of a priority. But like, if you're really rich, you have a driver. But okay.
But I could see a real rich person hopping on the train here and there for sure.
Or like a New York City, you know, someone who's been on this show who is very wealthy might pop on the train and pop off, but don't think it's her main mode of transpo.
Wait, who are you talking about?
That's really wealthy.
Her family owns Seagrams.
Oh yeah, exactly. Those are
I never
people
seen
that I
that girl on
imagine
no
taking
train.
the train. She does take the train though. I've seen her post about it.
Okay, maybe she does, but the family member that owns Seagrams isn't on the train.
Listen,
anyways, that's not the story.
Anyway,
I know. I'm like,
moving on.
this is, but I will not lie. I will probably judge people, but that's also based off of my perception, right? I value being very comfortable on the plane over, like, to me, what is seemingly a flex. And so I'm kind of like, and that's the other thing in terms of like prioritizing your spending. Like, I would prioritize having a really comfortable seat over like buying a bunch of shit. Like, if I had the money to consistently buy these very, very expensive items, like a Rolex, we're talking like multiple thousands of dollars. Like, it's not just like, it's like oh, it's like 5K, like a bag, or like 10K, like we're talking multiple 10Ks.
And then he went out of his way to
multiple
destroy it.
10K.
Right, to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend on a watch, but then you were like, oh, the economy is 150 and the Comfort Plus is like 310. Like, sir, that should
be obvious. But the other thing that they're not considering is this Rolex could be fake. His bag
Yeah.
could
I
be
just
fake.
thought about
You
that.
can't get a fake first class seat.
I mean, that's kind of what
I
I
just
was
thought about
thinking
that
might have been going
too.
on. And I really as I started thinking about it, I created a really big narrative around it. And I was like, I bet that plane was headed to Atlanta. And
Guys, I like Atlanta.
I have a vision of him too. I feel bad.
I feel like he had a Louis Vuitton hat. See, I'm
I
over here
think he-
defending the man.
And then
here
roasting
I go. Roasting him.
I think he has a designer logo too.
No, that's too far. That's too far.
Oh,
That's
what
too
bag?
far.
A designer logo do-rag.
Too far.
I
No,
want
see
to.
it.
I actually would love a designer logo.
dumb shit be looking crazy.
I see
But-
the L's and the V's.
I was just thinking about it though, because there's a couple YouTube channels. One of them, I wish I could remember the damn man's name, but they go around malls in Atlanta and they scan people's diamonds to see if they're
Oh.
real or not. Have you
A
seen
lot
that
of them are
before?
glass. Yeah.
And a lot of them are,
people's
yeah, they'll be like, oh, it's
diamonds?
glass. And then
A
the
lot of
screen
people are
will-
walking around
will
with fake
crack.
shit because fake bags, fake shoes.
Listen, Canal Street, every time we come like over by where we're gonna record, or I'm like, it's bustling over here.
Yeah, it is.
And all sorts of people that look quote unquote rich.
Hopping out of G-Wagons.
right.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
They sure do. They sure do.
I will say some of the best fake markets I've seen. China, second floor, back room. There's levels
Should
to
be
it.
locked up in cases and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I think that they have a system like that in Canal Street.
I
Because
think so too.
because some people have their stuff laid out, and I think that's like lowest tier.
Mhm.
But there are people who will just like whisper to you, and then they have like
And they
their
have the
iPad.
paper and shit.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think there is another tier, but like I haven't, gotten there yet.
Not to completely take us off course, but this was kind of related to my reply. In that did you just do that, Glenn?
Keep
Sorry,
going.
Franco. Okay. In that I feel like my contribution to the world is going to be getting people to invest in vintage and luxury staples so that we can get out of fast fashion. Like I'm gonna be can't even say this straight face. I'm gonna be the Martin Luther King of sustainable fashion. I'm kidding.
Bitch.
I'm kidding.
Of white fashion brands.
I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? It's like, wow, if we could just get to a place where we're like, fuck Zara. And we're just like, let's go to a nice little vintage shop and get like passed down goods, costs per wear.
Oh my God, wait, speaking of which, my boyfriend took me to like a movie night date, and we saw like the new James Bond movie. But in the previews, there was House of Gucci. I want to see that
I want to see
so
it so bad.
bad.
Oh, that's one with
I
Gaga,
cannot-
right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And of course, Selma Hayek, because she's married to the CEO of Kering. So
Oh,
Casual.
go off.
she's fucking rich. Well,
Whoa,
her
I
husband
didn't,
is.
I didn't know she was breaded like that.
Oh, well, I mean, she's not, but her husband is.
Yeah.
She is now.
Yeah. Unless they have like an ironclad prenup. I don't know. But
Probably.
she's like
very
on
likely.
private
But
islands.
and while they're
and-
together now, she is doing
Oh,
well.
yeah.
She's
And
doing-
we will hope
she's
that
living
they
a
will
nice life.
remain.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you replying
I'm
to?
replying to, I'm reading The Color Purple right now. We've talked about this on past episodes, how you haven't seen it, right, Sade?
I have, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately, but it's a traumatic ass
You've
movie.
seen
I think it's a terrible story,
Oh my God. Well,
which has also been a topic on Clubhouse. Sorry.
The Color Purple being a terrible story. I
Like
mean,
it depicts Black men in like a really disgusting way. And
okay. Well, I'm replying to it just because I'm happy that I'm finally fucking reading it, and I feel like I just didn't have access to that conversation or to that story, so it's been interesting to read. But it's fascinating. You're right. Like there's some really, Black men are depicted crazy in it. But it also, to me, the way I read it is that it's showing like all this trauma and like inherited trauma and just the ways that like things are passed down from generation to generation. Like there's where I'm at right now, it's really interesting because in the book, I don't know if they do this in the movie, but they call people Mr. and there's like a big blank line. So you don't know what the people's names are. But the guy that Celie is married to, his son Harpo is married to Sophia, who I guess is Oprah plays in the movie. And Harpo was like, yo, she don't listen to me. What should I do? And his dad is like, you just need to beat her, hit her, da 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 da. And yeah, like that type of shit. And it's happening all throughout the book. And then you're seeing people leaving, men leaving, just families being separated. And it's just like, it's painful, but it's
like a Tyler Perry film.
Well, I think it's really getting it gets at the core of some like some of these like generational traumas that exist within our community. It like shows kind of like the root of those things. But yeah.
In the book, does it go into, I know in the film, and I did read the book like a long time ago in school, but does it go into like the trauma of the men? Like why they would think they need to hit someone,
right?
To
not as, I mean, well, not really, but what I get from Celie's man is that like he was so in love with Suge Avery, and he just takes out the pain of not being able to be with her on all these other women because they'll never be Suge. Perhaps that's one part of it, but I really just think that it comes down to slavery, and the characters in this book are not so far removed from it. So that's what I'm seeing is like how all those traumas are born out of enslavement. It seems like a direct connection, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Clubhouse, they talk about that book often, like Black men, how much they hate that book. And hearing them talk about it made me reflect on at least the story as I remember it. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of Tyler Perry vibes. But I do understand that is, is a reality that some people have lived, are living. I don't know. It's tough.
It is tough. Yeah. I'll report back once I'm done. But yeah, moving along. Anybody got a hotline bling?
Moving right along. Yeah, it's the hotline's not blinging like it used to. But I have been having really good conversation with a friend of mine who only uses Signal because, he thinks the man's trying to get him.
Oh gosh.
But,
oh my goodness.
He's been sharing a lot of really good books with me. I will share some with you all. I'll just read them and then we can move on from Chelsea's favorite subject. The first is The Socialist Manifesto. The second is,
guess who this person is.
Yeah.
The second is Winner Takes All, the elite charade of changing the world.
Elite charade. That one sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is apparently the best one. I just ordered all of these, and then, oh my God, I almost like went to order them on Amazon because like that's how fucked up like my brain is. And then I was like, I can't buy these books on Amazon. So I'm getting them all from a website called bookshop.org, which raises money for local bookstores.
Fabulous.
So like,
look at you doing your part.
I'm doing my part. As you buy books from them, they like donate money, but then the books are also coming from like local stores. So nice. They kind of like pull the inventory, but it's not necessarily like going to like Jeff Bezos. Okay. And then the last book is called The Deep State, A History of Secret Agendas and Shadow Governments.
Okay, you know me. That seems a little.
If you know me,
Sade.
You know, this is right up
conspiracy.
My alley. Yeah, that's my hotline bling, getting into some of my fun political journey as a comrade.
Oh my God. Okay, Chelsea, you want to introduce our Black girl doing shit?
So our Black girl doing shit, and who we're going to interview in a second is Briana. She is from The Sweet Life on HBO Max. She also has her own skincare company, Au Natural. I mean, it's all natural. And it's called
like, I
Buttered
don't
by
think that's
God,
the
that ain't the
name.
name.
no. It's called Buttered by Brie. I definitely want to try some of those products, but she was just a doll. So genuine, good vibes. And so we think you're going to enjoy this interview. Also, if you haven't watched Sweet Life HBO, you should probably watch it before the episode, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoy. We are so excited today. We have Briana Jones. And before we get into our group chat, I'm just going to do a little introduction for those of you who have been living under a rock. Maybe you don't know who she is. But 26-year-old Briana Jones can currently be seen on HBO Max's unscripted reality series, Sweet Life Los Angeles. It's produced by our fave, Issa Rae. We have been loving this show, and it follows a group of 7 ambitious 20-somethings Black friends as they pursue their dreams in South LA while navigating the highs and lows that come with chasing success. We can also relate to that. Briana didn't come to LA from Kalamazoo, Michigan in search of fame, but rather to grow as an individual and to be surrounded by diverse viewpoints. Briana is also a business owner, and we will talk more about Buttered by Brie in a sec. But you also have a full-time job, which was cool to learn because
I'm working right now.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that multitasking. But you have a full-time job. You also are a graduate of Western Michigan University. And a little fun fact about Briana, or some fun facts. She enjoys checking out new restaurants, scouring flea markets and vintage stores, traveling, and is currently learning how to play the piano.
We love that. You're never too old.
Look at that.
It's for a boy, so it doesn't really count.
You're learning the piano for a boy.
I just want to be able to like play happy birthday on his birthday, you know.
What?
Oh, we're gonna get
Hold
into
on,
this.
wait, because
No,
now
we don't
I
have
have
to.
questions. What? Is he a musician?
You know what? He likes music. Yes. But that, yeah.
That was giving very subtle.
He likes
very
giving.
correct answer. Media trained.
Haven't, you know what's crazy? They did not media train us. So I feel like I go on podcasts and stuff and like I have no idea like if I'm oversharing or undersharing. So no media training. Don't ask me crazy questions. I'm not prepared.
No, we won't. I mean,
good.
I think one of the reasons why we fell in love with your personality was because it was so authentic on the show. So I'm really glad to have you here with us in the group chat, which, by the way, Issa, so first and foremost, you're the founder of Buttered by Brie. It's an organic body butter line that you founded out of an essential need to find organic products that worked well for sensitive skin. I'm gonna need to try that because I'm freaking out and
Please,
always itchy. Buttered by Brie is dedicated to using only natural and organic ingredients in every product, and it's free of harmful additives, and it's also cruelty-free. So we kind of saw the journey on the show. Can you tell us more about like how you started the business, how it's going?
Yeah, so, well, first of all, it's going amazingly. I think that if I really continue on this path, I could like do that full time eventually, like in the
Nice.
next few months, hopefully before the end of the year. But yeah, I just kind of started because I love to just do DIY. I love to make everything myself. And like, I just have really sensitive skin. So like the products I was using were just breaking me out, making it itch, like you said. And so I was just like making them for fun. And all my friends would just ask me to have some, and it was just like it was getting to be too expensive where it's like I am making this and buying all the products and then giving it to everyone for free. It's like I'm losing so much money. So I'm like, you know what, let me sell this. And that is how we're here. Also, like all my friends just have like businesses and stuff, so it was just like, let me get my own side hustle on. Like I don't really know any millionaires who have like climbed the corporate ladder, you know what I mean? It's like you need to establish something on your own and have like different streams of income. So that just really kind of motivated me to create like my own brand and business.
Yeah, totally. That feels like a really big theme of the show, is watching each of you all like hustle and trying to build your own legacy. And I think a phrase that was said a lot on the show was Black excellence, and like
I
being
know
in
people are making
pursuit
fun
of
of us
Black
saying
excellence. Why are they making fun? Like what? Yeah.
People are like, how you could black out if you took a shot every time they said Black excellence. And it's like, you know what? You probably would, but like, that's what we're striving for.
Yeah, we had to talk about this in our group chat, actually. I feel like Sade, you said this. You were like, I think you did something.
What I said,
like just the focus on Black excellence so much, like, does that create pressure? And
yeah,
and I feel like that's even kind of what we saw with your character, where there was this like kind of thing where
She's real.
yeah,
Her character.
now I'm forgetting the man's name, but there was this little
Jordan.
I think they, misinterpreted his words, but there was some sort of insinuation that you were not, quote unquote, hustling enough or whatever. And I just wondered if that kind of tone or that pressure for Black excellence then makes some of us feel like we can't take the time to figure it out, you know?
I don't think it makes me feel like discouraged. It just more inspires and motivates me. If anything, like I don't get discouraged when it's like, oh, I want to be like a representation of Black excellence. Like I just want to strive for that. But that I'm sorry, did you ask me a different?
I guess I just wondered if that's, you said, you answered it, like it motivates you versus feeling like there's like a pressure. Because I think there's also this thing about perfectionism for Black folks, and like we can also make mistakes. Like we're human beings and we can strive for excellence, but we can also be people. But I do think that was really something powerful about the show, was so much positivity around these Black youth, like really out to create a legacy, even though there was
really
some
grinding in real life.
Exactly, grinding in real life, and trying to do positive things.
It was really cool to see. As I said, we were fans of the show, which, by the way, listeners, if you haven't seen it yet, now's perfect because you can binge all of the episodes. They're on HBO Max now. Okay, watching back, I have a few questions. Did anything happen that like made you, okay, first of all, did you go in with a plan? Like, I'm gonna portray myself like X.
No, right? So when they like approached us, they just asked us a bunch of questions, like what we do, who we hang out with, like what our romantic involvements were. And just like, we all had no idea like what storyline like we would be in, or just like what part they were going to focus on of our lives until the end. Because it's like we filmed so many different things, different scenes, and it's like my storyline essentially was like, me dating and figuring out like my singlehood, and then like trying to build a business. But no, we didn't know any storylines or like how we were going to be portrayed until the night before all of that, like the first 3 episodes came out. We got to see the first 3 too, but like no, we weren't aware. But I feel like my portrayal was like pretty accurate, like me trying to figure it out, hoe it up a little bit, and and just really like try to figure out what I want to do with my life,
Yeah, you seemed really like genuine, because so like to Chelsea's point, like sometimes people go in and they're like, okay, I want to come off as blah, 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 blah. And then like, you can kind of tell it like doesn't feel real, but you felt, I think of everyone, like, I was like, okay, like she's just
I'm like, oh, I know
dead
her.
ass. Yeah, like I get it. Like, and because you would show like your emotions, you would show like when you were hurt, you would show when you were like trying to figure stuff out. And so it just felt like a relatable person, like everybody's going through this.
Yeah, and I think that like all of us kind of felt safe in the fact that like Issa Rae's the executive producer, like all of the producers are pretty much like women and Black women. So you just kind of felt safe. It wasn't like I had to be super guarded or felt like I couldn't be myself or that I needed to push my own storyline. It was just like, I trust these women and I trust, the people that are on this team. So I just really like left it up to them.
Were you all interacting with Issa a lot? I know she came on the
reunion.
Yeah.
So she was like very involved in like the filming. We wouldn't see her or speak to her so much, but like they would stream live stream while we would be filming. And we had like a few Zoom calls with her, but she's so beautiful. And like, she's the same, like everything you would think that she is in real life, like she is like times 10 in person. And her skin is just like so clear and beautiful. I'm just God.
I
Like, I
hope you
love
sent
you.
her some butter by Brie.
Girl, so her and her sister have like a company as well. Sienna Naturals, like their hair products. So I'm trying to like finesse like a little mentorship, like help me out. You guys are in Target, like give me the tea, help me.
Hell yeah.
Really.
Absolutely.
I have another question about your singlehood, but this reminded me of something that Sade pointed out. Speaking of hair,
Why
Sade
you
was
keep
like,
saying stuff I pointed out? Now you're making me
pointed it
nervous.
out.
Like,
no, but you were like, yo, how do you have 4 different hairstyles on every episode?
oh yeah, what?
Like, how long were you filming for? Or
That's
were
so
you really
funny.
getting your hair done like every? I know y'all in LA be getting your hair done all the time. I figured it was an LA
No,
thing.
Thailand be keeping her stuff, like her hair is always done, but we filmed for like 4 months, like
Okay.
from February to like June. So it's like it was over a period of time. But I'll be real, like we were like on it, like we need our hair done. Not me so much, because like this is what my hair looks like, but like we were just like pressed like to just make sure like our lashes, our nails were done. So like it was hard because it's like we're buying new fits all the time, like, and we're just getting paid like the same, you know, like it's just like it was a lot. It was a lot of pressure just to look your best all the time. And then it's like, it's not like we're rich or anything, or like we have clout to have like connects, you know? So it's like, we're begging for hair appointments and begging for lash appointments. And it's like, we can't even like use any clout because we have none, you know?
Yeah, it's not like a team is coming in to do your hair and
No.
makeup every single
I feel like
time.
by season 2 though, you're gonna have people in your DMs like, can I do your hair? Can I do your
Please,
makeup?
I hope.
Can I be on your glam squad?
Right. Glam squad.
But was there anything
real.
that you watched back and you were like, why didn't they edit this out?
Okay, so like I would say my fits the first like 3 episodes trash. Even like this, like the girls scene where we went to like that rooftop and I had the pink dress on, that ponytail was like a slapped on ponytail. It was, oh my God, if some girl DMs me like, hey girl, she sent me a picture of my ponytail. She was like, hey boo, like you wouldn't notice this to the untrained eye, but I'm a hairstylist. I would love to like do your ponytails for you in the future, just because like it was looking a little messed up. I'm like, oh my God, like, that is so embarrassing.
Oh
but
my God, no.
Well, I didn't notice.
I-
It looks cute to me. My eye is untrained.
Thank you, sis. But no, so I think it's just difficult because like I'll watch it back and I'll just critique myself so much. It's like one day I literally had to like take my journal, and like every time I thought a negative thing, I wrote something positive, where it's just like, I remember I like said some joke, and in my head, I'm like, girl, you like shut up, like you're so annoying. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me write down like I am hilarious, like I am so funny.
Oh,
Because it's just like you can't, like you just don't want to critique yourself so much, or like start to like have a different opinion about yourself just because like how you're seeing yourself on TV. Like I just think you have to remember like you're perfect how you are, like don't change, you know.
I love that. Did you feel like you got like a lot of critique? Because for the most part, I was looking online and everything, and it seems very positively received. Like I feel like people really fuck with the show and they fuck with you guys. But were there some moments where you were like trolls, feeling like little clapback moments?
You know what? I would say people haven't been that mean to me. And if they do say some like shady stuff, like I really be cracking up. So I remember like when the first 3 episodes came out, it was like still fresh and new. And I wasn't used to people online talking about me that didn't know me. And like, I just remember someone was just like, Brie is so annoying. She speaks in memes. And it's just like, you know what? I do kind of speak in memes. Like I do say like a lot of things like that, but it's just like, I also say a lot of other things as well. And so it's like fine that like the whole conversation wasn't shown, but like, I'm trying to like not use internet quotes or like lingo so much after that. But like,
I feel like on shows, people like get on shows and then they have like their little sayings that they want to become popular. But I feel like yours were like so natural. Like when you were like, I want some fresh baked niggas, I was like, I agree. Like
that was an iconic.
That was a bar.
That was very
Thank you.
Yes.
Crazy though. I was watching it back. Like I don't even remember saying that. Like I do not remember saying that.
Your confessionals though, or whatever you call those, like you were keeping it a buck. You would be coming in there like popping off, and I was like, yes, Brie.
It was the tequila, okay? Like they would come back, like we have Casamigos and lemonade ready for you, girl. Here it is, and I'm just like, I'm about to tell all the tea.
Oh
so
my
that's why, like,
God.
a lot of those things I'm just like don't remember.
Okay, needed to be spelt though.
Yes, jumping back into dating, we saw a lot of inter-friend dating, things happening. Is
Mhm.
that going forward, did you learn any lessons, or would you continue to date within a friend group?
No, I would never date within a friend group ever again. Like, I genuinely prefer my man to just be like very separate from everything that I'm doing in like this life. Like, I just like to escape and like go with my man, but like, no, never again. That's messy. People are in your business having opinions. Like, I only want my friends to know exactly what I told them from my point of view, like you need to be on my side always. And I just feel like when they're in the friend group, like they can get all sides, and it's just too messy. Never
But do
again.
you think that once you do have a partner, like a committed partner, would you bring them into the group, like on, like, vacations, like group trips? Because
Yeah,
y'all's friend
definitely.
circle loves to bring their couples around. And I just
You know what I'm
wonder,
saying?
like, how does that feel being the single person there too?
It's a lot. Like,
Double
it is
question.
like sometimes like it hurts my feelings. Like, I remember all my friends went to Six Flags like a few months, like maybe a month or two ago, and like they went on like this couple of Six Flags trip and like didn't even invite me. And I was like hurt because it's like, dang, I could have came and like just rode the rides by myself. So it just, yeah, if I have a boyfriend, like, yeah, I want him to do those things with me, but I just do love like a degree of separation for real.
How do you feel about like your man getting close to your friends? Like, I'm with my guy earlier and he's like, I got a message, Glenn, about this show. And they have a whole fucking chat about TV shows. And I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all don't even ask me about these shows.
No, I would love that, really. Like, I think it's really important for like my man to love my friends and to like treat my friends how I treat them, and just like take care of them as well. And so, yeah, I want my man to be besties with my best friends too.
But like, they don't got, see, I think that's the key. It's like, they could be
Mhm.
cool, you introduce them, but they don't got to be in the mix already.
No, right? Like, I would love for like that relationship to like blossom and grow, and then like, yeah, like have a group chat and like text my best friend about movies and stuff. But like, you don't need to be prior friends.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay. Also, you talked about rent. And I feel like that was something that had our group chat buzzing.
Yes.
Has your stance changed at all on
No.
And
men
what is the
paying the
stance
rent?
again? Just restate it for
Men
those who
paying the
don't know.
rent.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my stance is that I don't want to split rent with a boyfriend. And so like, I do think that there's a difference between splitting like a mortgage with my husband, because then it's like our funds are together, we're a unit and everything, but like, no. And I was really saying that like, if a man were to ask me to like move in with him, like, why don't you now split your rent? Like, you were already paying rent,
Ah, okay.
That makes
Okay,
sense
that
to
makes-
me. You was already paying it. You was gonna pay it
That makes sense.
regardless.
And then it's just like, I've already been in a situation where I was splitting rent with my boyfriend. And it was just like, he was making way more money than me. I was in school and working full time. And then he still had girls at our house. So it's just like, I'm traumatized from that. Like, I will just never do that again. Like, you could just pay the rent. And then if you want to get married and like we share some bills, like, cool. But like, no,
Okay, what about
I
the
feel
other
like-
way around? Like, because I think about if someone were to move in with me, I'd be like, we are very much splitting the rent.
Damn.
I'm not going to just keep paying. No,
That's
no.
true, actually.
right. So I have a roommate right now. So like, no man is moving in with me. But if I was just like living on my own and a man moved in with me, like, yeah, honestly, like, you can still pay the rent, to be real. And I think that sometimes
Okay.
like, I just feel like it's sometimes like not okay for like a Black woman to say like, yeah, I want my man to split my rent. But I do feel like if a white woman is like, I want my husband to be making 6 figures, have this kind of car, have this kind of house, it's like, oh, of course, like, absolutely. But it's like, now as a Black woman, like, I'm expected to like grind with my man and like come up with him. And she's like, no, I don't want that. Like, I want my man to have money. And I just don't think that like that's anything wrong with that.
I think that's such a good point. I feel like Black women are like not allowed to have standards. And then when they do, they're like accused of being gold diggers. But I remember at my white ass boarding school, those girls were like, my boyfriend needs to go to Princeton. He needs to go to, like, they had very strict standards about who they were going to get with. So like, why can't we do the same?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like though there's a lot of critique now about like where the culture is, where women are like feeling entitled to like bags and dinners and cars, and people are like, well, what are y'all doing to get bags? Like, why is that like the baseline? Like, if your man is not buying you a Birkin, like, get rid of him kind of attitude.
I think that's okay though. Like, I think it's okay to want bags and dinners. And if that is your standard and like that's what you want, like, I don't think anything is wrong with that. Like, you set your own standard and like you decide what like you value in a relationship, and like no one should be able to say anything about that.
Do you think you then owe the guy something? That's always my paranoia with like some of these guys who like come in hard, like, I'm doing all these things for you, and then it almost feels like they kind of like have like some cuffs on you. To me, I've never experienced it, but like that's how I perceive it.
I don't perceive it like that. Like, if a man is doing something for me or like buys me something because he wants to, like, I don't owe you anything, because like genuinely I didn't ask for this. And also, even if I did, like, that's just what I require as a person. So like, no, I don't owe you anything, you know? Like, apply pressure and just like do, like, if you can afford it, then I just don't really, then just like do it. I don't know.
Ain't trick it if you got it.
Fair enough. That makes me think of that tall, beautiful man that took you on that date with a G-Wagon.
Correct.
Where is he? Does he like music?
Wait, I didn't even tell you guys.
Terry.
Wait, are you guys still dating?
No, we're not.
Okay, I was gonna say my friend went on a date with him.
When?
A while ago.
No, Patiri is so sweet. I actually was in New York like a month ago, maybe like the end of August, and I saw him. He came to Thailand's party, but no, he's really, I really like, I think he's a good friend. And
but it wasn't a love connection. What is the dating scene like in LA though? Like, I feel like New York is pretty treacherous, and I hear that
I love New York.
Treacherous.
Either.
I think the men in New York are like, they have the accent, they're so cute, they like apply pressure, like they're approaching you, you know. I feel like in LA, like a lot of the men feel like, you know, they are the prize, and not that they aren't, but it's like they just feel like it's me, and it's like you're blessed to be speaking with me, and it's just like,
oh no,
I haven't really had any like experience dating LA guys besides like Jordan.
Yeah,
everyone else is like from somewhere else.
I wasn't in LA, but I was in the Bay, and like dudes would just like stare at you, but like they wouldn't come up to you. And then me being a New York girl, I'd be like, what's up? And they'd be like, yeah, and I'm like, and then so many times like meeting guys, it would be me walking up to them being like, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, what are we doing? Like, what's good?
Exactly. And I feel like in New York, they're like, let's go to dinner right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, let me take you here. And I just love, like, I had so much fun in New York when I was just there.
So the piano man, like, he played piano, you just learn like, what's going on?
You know, I can't get into that too much. But yeah,
but you're gonna have a new skill, which is great.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're in LA, you're in this show that's all about LA, but you're actually from Kalamazoo, Michigan. How is it being like a non-LA person around all these LA people? Like, do you see a difference between the LA people versus the non-LA people? Can you talk about that dynamic?
So I think that like native people from LA in LA are like very genuine people. I think that like if you're in LA and you're around like people who have also moved here, it's like they're here, you know, chasing fame and just like trying to be like it, like, you know, they're just trying to be something, which is fine. But I just think that like they sometimes create relationships that just are more beneficial than genuine. And so for me, I'm just really blessed that like my friends are from LA, like they're LA people instead of all these like industry people that just came here for that, you know? Did I answer your question?
Oh, no, that answered my question. I mean, there's a possibility of people on this podcast spending more time in LA. and I was talking to my friend who spends a lot of time in LA. This is kind of unrelated, but also kind of related. He was telling me like, you have to know like certain colors you're wearing in certain neighborhoods, like certain hats you have on. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's all this like LA stuff like that you have to navigate that I'm not used to at all, like being from New York.
Yeah, 100%. So I don't think I have to like worry about it too much because like I'm a woman, but like men have it different. Like I live in Inglewood right now, and so like if a man were to come to my house like at night and park far, like I would drive them to their car instead of like letting them walk down the street just to like be safe. But like I just remember like I was at a party and I like threw up the peace sign, but like I had my thumb, so it was like kind of like I'm throwing up like, you know, like 60s Crips, and I'm just like, I remember like Jalen, Tylen's boyfriend, was just like grab my hand, was like, don't do that in here. And I'm just like, I'm just, you know, like I'm just saying bye.
Shit.
And he was like, you gotta be careful, like
It's
you
very
can't
real.
do that. Or even when I'm just be like peace, he be like, you can't like throw it up, like you can't chuck up the peace sign, like that's a gang sign, you know. I'm just like,
why does that all sound sexy to me? I need to get out of
Girl,
this. Like
stop.
I'm watching too much. My man got me watching Power and
I know.
and
And
Raising
BMF.
Canaan and shit.
that's funny.
Okay,
I'm like, oh.
after filming, have your relationships with any of the castmates changed? Like anyone that you got
Mm.
closer to, further apart from, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, so like I was already really close with most of the like all of the girls, and like me and Cheryl really like developed a relationship through filming. There's like a lot of scenes that like we had with Cheryl that didn't make it, so I just feel like our relationship, like just like as the girls with Cheryl, wasn't really shown, like the growth wasn't seen as much, but it's like that's really our homegirl. And I would say I'm not as close now with like the guys, just because like obviously all that tension, like at the end of the reunion, like we're still all trying to navigate like those real feelings and emotions like that we've had and like the things we've said to each other. So, you know, I think we're all just trying to like mend that friendship, but like my friendship with the girls has been the same.
Yeah.
It was kind of wild to watch the last episode because I was like, oh, they just turned it all the way up. And then it was like, okay, that's it. And I was like,
You know, I feel like we had to go hard because like Rebecca was getting so much hate online. So it's just like we all went in there like, no, we have to like clear our homegirl's name, you know, like people are coming for her and it's like it's not her fault. So I just like we all came there like with that energy, with that intention. So it's just like I feel like it escalated like a lot quicker than like it could have. And then also like the Gerald and Ty thing, like it's just things had been like building up and it's like we're finally here, we're ready, you know. But
I mean, I don't blame y'all for how y'all came. I don't want to talk about young PJ, but he was giving corny
McLaren
on
P.
the show. Yeah, like
Not
what
McLaren
was that
P.
about?
No, but
you know,
I
people
will
love
say,
PJ.
I will say, I'll be honest, watching that episode, I was like, the girl came with flowers.
She
That
did.
seems like a peace offering.
It was
for me.
on PJ.
It was on
PJ's
him.
fault.
It wasn't on her. For as a viewer.
It was on PJ, but I just will say, like, you know, there just were scenes that didn't make it. So I just feel like it was kind of a little one-sided that was shown, but like, I don't really think Hollywood was violent, to be honest. Like, I don't care. McLaren P, but like men love PJ. Like it's PJ Hive out here. Like people love him.
Men love PJ.
I mean, I can see that. I can, because
you know
they do some of that shit.
Oh,
Here's
God.
the thing. He's just, I
He
say
has
this
some
often,
growing to do.
niggas go nig. They do it sometimes. And then they'd be like, a few years later, they'd be like, wow, I was really out here wilding. So he's just growing pains.
I like
PJ is giving, I'm just living life. You know, he was just living life.
Right.
I'm taking the McLaren. I'm gonna bring this girl. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
It's
I'm
like,
be
I
looking
don't,
like,
what's
what do you
wrong?
mean?
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
I like Tylen's guy. He seems like a real one.
Jalen,
Oh, yes.
love him.
Like a real one.
He
yeah, for
really
sure.
is. Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Rob.
Oh yeah, Rob, that's Amanda's boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're cute. When he was about to fake propose.
That had me a little tight. I'm not gonna lie.
The girls
I
were
know.
mad.
I was like, that's not
not a
funny.
joke.
Upset. Like,
okay,
that's
I
not
thought it
funny.
was just me. I'm like, why are we laughing? Like, no, I did not like that at all.
Like propose.
Yeah, like just
Do it.
then. Correct.
Okay, running back to the dating idea, because everyone's Black, right?
Mhm.
Different dating as a Black woman, because that's the feedback I've gotten from my LA friends.
Is that what? I'm sorry.
Is it different dating specifically as a Black woman out in LA?
As opposed to like a white woman or like any other race?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like LA has like anything. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I guess maybe can you ask me a different way so I'm like getting the question?
So my friends, this is from their point of view. They're like, all the Black guys that I like, they're like chasing these white girls. Like, so it makes the pool even smaller when you're a Black woman who wants a Black man.
Yeah, so I only like date Black men for the most part. I think that in LA that yeah, like a lot of these, so I think like a lot of these men in LA want like a light-skinned or white Latina like girl. So it's just like like for me personally, I have to like make sure that like who I'm messing with, like they don't like if you only like light-skinned girls, like I can't talk to you. Like that is just like such a turn off to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a question I ask right away. Like, and if you say like, oh yeah, you're my type, which I mean like, oh, that's like a little different, but like still hate to hear it. Like I need to know that you love all Black women, you know, and like,
Let's
Yeah.
go. So are there some like upfront questions that you ask on like first dates? Because I feel like you went on the date on the show with that guy that was tatted up, and I feel like he came out the gate. Y'all were talking about when was your last date? What are you looking for? It was like
I was
very
on TV wilding,
straightforward.
okay? Like,
Yeah.
I was on TV wilding, let me say, but yeah, I definitely ask, what do I ask? Obviously, I ask what your sign is for me, but like I need to
Oh
know
my
if we're
God.
compatible. But no, I like to ask questions like, why did you and your last relationship end? Like, I need to know like how
First
long you've been
date?
single. Yeah, I know. I'm like, but I'll be
First
real. Like,
date.
you guys think that's bad?
Not
I
bad.
respect
I'm just
it.
like,
I
ooh.
respect it.
I think the
I
sign
still
thing,
wanted to know.
I think the sign thing, I've heard from my guy friends that's like a red flag for them.
Why? I've heard that
I've heard
too.
that
but,
too.
Like they don't like that question.
I just say, when is your birthday?
They
I'd
know
be
what
like-
you mean.
I'd
What
be like,
time
"When's
were
your
you born?
birthday?" Like,
Right.
I'm like, is it coming up? Like, did you just pass? Happy belated?
No, I like to know because I genuinely think that like where the stars were aligned when you were brought into existence and like took your first breath, like I think that definitely affects you as a human being. Like I'm not sure like what I believe like fully as like far as signs go, but like it does matter, like you know where the stars were when you were brought into this earth.
This is a constant conversation in our on our podcast.
Yeah, I
The
feel like it's like
horoscopes.
fake.
Yes.
You feel
I'm
like it's
obsessed.
fake?
I mean, it's fun to track, but I feel like I can attribute things to if that makes like it's like
Yes.
how you think about it, it's gonna work for you.
I feel that to an extent. I just like I don't know if I believe like, oh, all Scorpios are like this or like all Pisces like are crybabies. Like I don't know if I believe that aspect, but I do just think that like you're gonna have similarities. Like if you were born at this time in this month, like you're gonna like something in the environment was like similar with all of these people, and like you'll have like some sort of connection based on that.
Very
Yeah, there's
Capricorn
that-
of you, Chelsea.
Well,
To
there's
doubt.
that book I was
Very Cap.
but it's not a cat. Like there's that book. Who is it? Malcolm Gladwell. Is it The Outsider?
Yeah.
It is. Right? So I remember reading that book, and he talks about how like people born in January are typically overachievers, but it's not because they're Capricorns, but it's because they're like the oldest in their class, and like they're usually the biggest and like the smartest, and like
Oh, really?
I'm a January, you know, I'm a Capricorn.
Very
He's a
You're giving-
Capricorn, you know.
It's
You're
giving
giving
Cap. She said the
That's what I want
smartest.
to give.
Bree, what's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Oh, you're a
Ooh.
Yes.
And you know, guys love to hear that.
Do they? Why?
You know why.
I know, I'm just kidding. But I'm an October Scorpio, OVO. My birthday is October 28th.
Yes. Wait,
If you
so
guys
do
are in LA,
usually-
I'm having a party.
I was gonna say, do you usually do Halloween turn-ups around your birthday?
Always. Yeah, I have to. It's like Halloween always overshadows my birthday. So I'm gonna just like step into that this year.
Lean
Step
in.
in.
Have a
Own
really big
it.
party on the 29th. So if you guys are in LA, please come.
Might just take you up on
I
that,
might be
girl.
there.
Right, like, ooh,
I'm so
my God.
thrilled. I want a big party.
I feel like you should own Halloween. Like,
It's my weekend.
it's your weekend. You already know where you're gonna be. You already know the vibes.
Exactly. It'll be
Oh my
27.
Wow.
My goodness.
Making us feel a little old over here. Well, not
Mhm.
Chelsea, because
Not
she's
me.
We
allegedly
all look the same age.
I'm 25.
Chelsea's allegedly 25.
Mm-mm-mm.
Allegedly. Me too, for real.
Wait, sorry, Glenn.
No, I was gonna say, because I'm looking in this doc, I didn't know that so there's plans to expand Sweet Life to other cities.
That's that's not confirmed information, but thinking like Issa Rae, she's a businesswoman, it would make sense to do Sweet Life New York, Sweet Life Atlanta, like makes sense.
I mean, I have no information either, but I also think as well, I just think because the name is like Sweet Life Los Angeles, like it just makes sense. Like let's expand.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
But I'm happy to be the OG Sweet Life.
Exactly.
The original.
Exactly.
Okay, what if they do Sweet Life Kalamazoo? Will you go back?
That would be so interesting, but no, I just would not. It's a really small town. People there just they're just like views on success are just like a little different than like mine are now, and I just feel like I would be limited there. You know, like I couldn't reach my full potential in that small town.
Yeah. So what has the response been back in your town now that you're on TV, on HBO, living in LA?
You know, people have been so supportive. Like all of my friends from back home, even people I don't know, just like are so happy. And they just think like I'm this huge celebrity. And it's just like, no, y'all, like I am still regular. But I've been getting so much love. And it was just like, I remember me and Becky were talking. I'm like, I would never move back to Kalamazoo. And they're just like, my whole hometown's gonna hate me. But no, they're all just like, we get it, girl. Like, do you put Kalamazoo on the map? And I'm just like, love y'all. But I can't wait to go home and just like see everyone and just, you know, just be back. I'm excited.
Yeah. So would you say that your life has changed since you've been on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Are you recognized in certain places? Do you have more access than you had before? Anything like that?
So I will say when we were in New York, people were like recognized, like people were coming up to us, asking us if we were on the show. I feel like in LA, like everyone is so cool here and everyone's already doing something. Like even if they recognized you, like you're not really gonna say anything. I went to Lock and Key, this place, this like day party with Gerald and Jordan and PJ. And I was like, you know, me and Jordan were like on the dance floor, like kind of talking, like just like dancing a little bit. And this girl came up to me and she was just like, Brie, why are you dancing with him? Like,
no,
I'm rooting for you. And I'm just like, stop it. But no, I'm not like getting super recognized. I think like all my neighbors in my apartment building watch the show because like I'll be in the gym and they're like, oh my God, watch the show. And I'm just like, I look crazy right now. But no, my life hasn't really significantly changed like yet. Like people are like hitting me up for like, you know, potential like business deals, sponsorships and stuff, but like can't wait to like get that bag and get paid.
Correct.
I mean, it's coming. I was watching Housewives of Beverly Hills because my friends started watching it. So we're watching it from the beginning and I'm like, damn, they really blew up.
For real.
Heavy.
I can't wait.
Like just we'll see.
How are you balancing like all your different jobs? Like the full-time I imagine you have like to kind of maintain your brand partnerships, different conversations people having with you, and on top of that, your own business.
Yes. So it has been a struggle. Like I said, I'm working right now. I keep doing this to my mouse just to like be active on it, but like it's hard. Like it's just a lot. So one of my friends has like my Instagram DMs, like she has my Instagram password. So she like goes through my DMs to like see who's doing, I know, she's so sweet. She's like going and like,
Glenn, don't get no ideas.
For real though, like I need help. My roommate like manages pretty much like the Butter by Brie Instagram page and like the TikTok that we have for that. So I've just been focusing on like creating content for my own Instagram, which is like really a job. Like people don't give influencers enough credit, honestly, because like it's hard to like post consistently and then just like feel pretty enough to take pics all the time. Like it's really a lot. So I'm trying to focus on that aspect and then like my real job, which hopefully I can quit soon. And then my business, because I'm still like packaging the orders like myself. And it's like I got so many orders. So I'm like that will take me like a full day just to like get orders out. And it's just like, I don't know. I love it though. I'll be real. Like I love being like so overwhelmingly busy. It's just, I love it.
Yeah, no, that's complaints. Amazing. Wait, do the people at your day job know about the show?
Yes, but it's so funny because like, it's funny because like people will ask me to do a task. I feel like they like now they'll just be like a little like, should we ask her to do this? But like before the show, they'll just be like, girl, do this real quick, you know? So like I'm loving that a little bit. Like, yeah, I'll get to it when I can.
Yes.
But yeah, pretty much everyone's watched it, which is so interesting because it's like you guys know me in a professional setting, and y'all
Right.
saw me wilding on TV. So it's just like it's crazy. It is.
Woo. I love this for you though. Like again, you're like so genuine. Like I can just feel the vibes and like wishing you all the luck and success. Cause listen, we over here trying to get it out of our day jobs too. So we feel it. Like, and it's like very nice of you to like keep it a buck. Cause so many people think like, oh, she was on the show and she has all of this and she does all of that. And it's like, no, sis, like I'm wiggling the mouse. I'm sending out the orders. Like, it's really hard.
On the come up.
Yes.
Hopefully if we do this in a year from now, like I'll be in a different space. You guys will be in a different space. We'll all just have leveled up.
Well, let's manifest. Okay. What are we going to be doing a year from now?
You want me to start?
Whoever's ready.
I'm
ready? Thinking.
I'm thinking
in a year from now, I am going to be working on my brand full time. So I want to like have my Buttered by Brie be like Briana, like how she has like Fenty skin, Fenty beauty, Fenty savage. You know, like I'm manifesting that for myself. So I'll be doing that full time and not working this day job, better apartment, and you know, just money will be flowing to me always.
Let's go.
Yes.
And I'll be in
part
love.
is very important.
Blessings on that.
Yes, I love that.
Who's ready?
All right, I'll go. Okay, a year from now, I love my roommate. He'll be gone. Oh, I gotta live alone. Sorry. I will have just like upgraded certain aspects of my life, like just the grown lady shit. Like I want like a fucking KitchenAid mixer on my stand, you know, just like
you want a Le Creuset,
like a Le Creuset, yeah, just like grown lady shit, and leaning into my grown woman just tendencies, getting rid of some of these young antics like the shenanigans I did last night. Be in a beautiful place, maybe in my relationship. And yes, money flowing, just like coming from all anywhere it wants to come from. I will accept it. Open hands.
Love that.
Fabulous. Okay, these exercises are always very challenging for me.
I know, because you want to write a whole goddamn dissertation. I see you already. You're like, well,
I'm like, well, it could be this and it could be that. This is an aside, but I've been recently thinking about like how interesting it is that Issa Rae has started this radio thing that she's doing, and I'm really interested in audio production. So I was telling myself this recently, like, damn, I kind of want to work for radio. So a year from now, I will be like working for radio, developing shows. I'm gonna say in the room with Issa Rae, because why not? And money will be flowing to me constantly. As a girl said, I'm gonna take what Sade said, just on some grown woman shit, leveling up in all areas. Healthy.
Ooh,
and
yes,
getting dick consistently.
Yes. Also, PJ has the hookup with radio, so
See, that's why you gotta just say it.
You might have to go back and edit
out the
shit. PJ, you know what? I feel you, son.
Right?
You was
PJ
living
Hive.
Hive. No, a year from now, I definitely want to be more fit. I want to own a place, like a living place.
Ooh.
I want to be engaged.
You don't gotta whisper. That man know that.
I want to have my income be raised by at least 50% or more. And I want Black Girl Sexing to be way bigger than it is. Like right now we have 13,000 followers. Maybe by then we'll have, a year from now, let's say 30,000.
I was gonna say aim high. You never know, right? Something might pop and we just get 100K, and why not 1 million? Correct.
Why not?
I
And
feel
our
like you guys
ad
are pretty
dollars are more
known.
consistent. I want our ad money to be more consistent.
Come on, ad money. Wait, Brie, do you know your moon and your rising?
Yes, my moon is Aries. No, I'm sorry, my rising. What's your rising? Is like how you present to people, right?
Yes.
Or is it okay? Yeah, my rising is Aries and my moon is Leo.
Okay.
Hmm.
Lots of spice in there. I only said that because
like
I'm
it.
like, me and Brie are like, blah, blah, blah. And then Glenn and Chelsea, have way more earth, are like 50%, specifically Issa Rae.
See, this is how I know your sign shit is bullshit. I have more
No.
fire than earth.
Yeah,
I'm
but you have a
Capricorn
lot of cap in
Leo
your chart.
side.
You have a lot of, I know your whole chart though. So
Ooh,
I know where the other
Leo.
cap sits.
Anyways,
Listen,
it's
Sade
fake,
is
it's
in your
fake.
chart. You can't tell her nothing. She's always gonna come
I don't
back
think
with
she
all
know
these
my
things.
chart.
I do know your chart. I know both your charts. I've
Nah,
been
you be
looking at your
saying the wrong
chart.
stuff. Go back to CoStar and study it a bit more.
Stay in your co-star like a creep. I stay in all my friends' co-stars. I'd be like, oh, that's why she's being
Right. It's like,
this.
oh,
Right, like,
okay,
how
this
are
is
you
a moment
feeling
of
today?
tension today for my friend. I see.
like a
That
psycho.
explains.
Oh my God.
Well, anyways, did we miss anything, Brie, that you want our listeners to know?
Yes, but you want to spill a little tea?
Any air you
You
want to
spilled a lot
clear
of
on
tea.
the record?
I feel like I gave some tea.
Yeah, you did. You did.
No, this was so fun though, really. Like I am so honored that you guys chose me to come on here. So thank you. And I can't wait to see it. And honestly, like, a lot of people message y'all. So like I was telling like a few people that I was doing this and they were just like, oh my God, I love them. I love their podcast. So yeah, y'all are popping out in LA, okay?
Okay, I love you. Have to come pull up on y'all.
Yes,
You
we do
should.
live shows there. The last one we did it with Amanda Seals, who's in the, I guess, Issa Rae family.
Mm-hmm.
But same here, when you're in New York, let us know. We'll show you a
Please.
good
I will.
time. But it was so nice to have you join the group chat.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. May all our manifestations come true.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, let's link up a year from now, 2022.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
This
Bye.
week's What Would You Do? So, dear BGT, one of my close friends and her boyfriend broke up. At this point, I'm friends with both the girl and the guy in the relationship. But now the guy has a new girlfriend. I really tried to not like her, but she's really sweet, fucking hilarious, and I like her a lot. Is this an issue?
It's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
It could get messy. Like your friend could feel a way about it, maybe.
Yeah. Would you guys feel some type of way if like your friend became good friends with your ex's new girl?
Ooh,
Of
yeah,
course.
I would
But
not
like
that.
you have to have conversation with your homie so that it doesn't blow up. This happened to a friend group in college and it literally tore them apart and it was really, really bad. And to this day, they all hate each other. It's really bad. But it's
So
because
what would that conversation look like?
I think it just has to be like, yo, I know you guys like had this breakup. If you know context around it, like if it was a really tough breakup and like whatever she may be going through, like acknowledge her feelings, I think, and then be like, but you know, we're all friends now. And like, he's still the homie, he's moving forward. And like, you know, I'm becoming friends with this young lady. I hope we're good and kind of like go from there. I'm not saying that like she's going to be your best friend, but like you're not going to like sit like if he's hanging out, you guys are all going out and that's still your friend. You're not going to be like, well, I'm not going if that bitch is there. Like
I can
it's
be
too
that kind of
much.
petty, but it sounds like you're genuinely friends with the dude because
Yeah.
Right.
I'm immature sometimes. I could see myself looking at the girl like she's crazy. But if she's nice, but don't be hanging out with her on the side. Like you said, Sade. Group outings, sure. I wouldn't be putting that girl's phone number in my phone.
Ooh.
I would not be talking and texting with her. Uh-oh. Chelsea's making a face.
No, I'm listening.
Is that wrong? Would you try to be cool with the new girlfriend?
No, I mean, I think when in her letter she says, I tried really hard not to like her,
Oh,
Yeah.
but
okay. She
she's
did.
really sweet and fucking hilarious, and she
Oh.
likes her a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, definitely like loyalty, right? Like that was your friend. So there is some sense of loyalty in my opinion. It's like a tough situation. Yeah, I agree. Like you can't be best friends with a new girl, even if she's fucking amazing.
Sorry.
Like I even think about the situation I'm in and I'm like, God, I can't break up with him. This will just like fuck everything up. Because now it's like so many friend groups are intertwined and like mixed
Yeah.
in together. But like we also have to like be adults. Like so, like of course it hurts like your ego and ego is bruised, but like ultimately it really has nothing to do with you on a personal level. It's just like a ego hit. It's not
Yeah.
like now if that nigga did you dirty, that's a different conversation. And then I'm probably not fucking with him either. But like if it
Correct.
was a mutual breakup, like you guys just parted ways and now, oh my God, he's moving on and meeting a woman. Like that's the way love goes.
It's true.
That's the
I
way
would still
love
only see her
goes.
in here and there. Like, oh, hey. Sorry. But I'm always like girl first.
But like if you're
I
in a
don't know who
couple
she's
and now
closer
you're homies with him and he's like, hey, let's go do double,
Couples
triple,
date, a
quadruple
couple
date.
trip.
I'm
Yeah.
not going.
You're not going.
No, that is so inappropriate. No, I'm not going. I'm not going on a double date with that dude and his new girl. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That would
with
hurt
you.
that would probably crush my friend. It depends
But-
on how my friend feels about it, actually.
But you
We'll have
all
to see
are
how she feels about it.
friends and he's probably friends potentially with your man. Like you all
Right.
were probably doing all of this before
With
Nope.
her though, with my friend,
with my friend. Yeah.
not with this
Nope.
new bitch.
And it sounds like she was friends with the girl first, correct?
Yes.
Nope. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm not going on no couples trip
Crazy.
with my friend's ex and his new girl.
Maybe not a
Fuck outta
couple's
here.
trip, but I don't think a double date is the end of the world.
Nope.
I'm not doing a
Mhm.
double date. I do like a bunch of people are over at their house and like they're having a party. It's like a big group, you know.
Yes.
Maybe. Maybe.
It literally
Damn.
depends on how the girl
She
feels about
feels.
it, how she feels, where she's at in it. Is she
But
heartbroken
I would
by
kind
it?
of be frustrated
might
with
not
my
even tell
friend
you.
if she's like, you gang. I'd be like, girl,
But that's the thing. I don't even think she would tell you because like a lot of times you don't want to say it because you don't want to be like that way. But like obviously you feel some type of way.
Yeah, it's gonna sting.
but I would rather tell my friend, unless there's no social medias, I would rather tell my friend because the next thing you know, somebody's like tagging the restaurant and then people be crazy. They be finding shit out. They be going
That's
through
what
the
I'm saying.
restaurant
I'm not
stories.
going.
Next thing you know,
That's
you
what I'm
caught.
saying. I'm not going. What are you talking? If somebody's gonna go sneak around and click stories and shit, then you know that it matters. That's why I'm not going.
Yeah. I think I'll just be like cordial with the girl, polite when I
that-
see her.
I don't love this, guys. I think we need to unpack this. I know this we're going deep into this, but that kind of then indicates that this friend has that level of like control over your choices in your life. And I think that that's a little extreme
I
for
don't see
like
it as control. I see it as that's your friend. It's like you're respecting her, you know?
Yeah.
She's not like, you can't, da da da. It's like me being like, you're my girl.
It just feels weird. Like I would feel uncomfortable actually.
I know it would hurt her.
Yeah.
And like, why do I want to do something that I know is going to hurt my friend?
but
it's
like
just too
does your-
casual to be like just hanging out with him and his new girl. It's just too. It feels like a little bit insensitive.
And again, this is if she feels some type of way. If she's like, I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck, then maybe it's not a big deal. But if you can tell she's kind of like, "Ugh, I don't like that.
So now this person who's fine, the other person is the young lady was your friend first. Her man comes into your life after you all develop a relationship. Your friend now gets a new man. Now what?
Oh, that don't matter. That's my friend. She can get
no,
all
no,
the
no,
new
no.
men.
Not you hanging out with her new man, but now she has a man. Time has passed. Still wouldn't hang out with the man
Maybe.
and the new girlfriend.
I don't know. I'm really trying to understand like how close this person is to the ex-boyfriend. Like I just don't think that he's that much of a factor here. Like I'd go on a double date with my friend and her new man.
Right.
I'm not running to go on a double date with him and his new girlfriend. Like I
guess
don't really know him like that.
I guess the complication here is like your man is now friends with her man too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These are friendships. Like I get it, Glenn. Like the loyalty is to your friend, and like maybe you don't get that close with other people's mans. But like I think about a lot of like my couple friends, and I'm like, damn, like I love their man. Like if shit were to fall apart, I'd be like kind of sad. I'd be wanting to hang out with them. We've had a couple break up, and there was a joke around like who picked whose side
in the divorce.
I went with dad.
Yep.
Oh, there was a divorce?
Yeah, you knew them. Not a divorce.
Two gay friends broke up. Glenn is more close with one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more close with
That
the
was
other.
a divorce?
No, we're kidding. It's hyperbole.
Oh.
But yeah, they split custody, or we.
That's also different. Like no shade to those friendships, but I think it's different when it's a woman and a man and it's a girl on girl friendship. And it's like, I think there's a different dynamic there of like being the girl, and it's like, okay, my man now has a new girl, and it's like my so-called friend is hanging out with my ex-man and his new girl. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a little different.
You think there's a girl code thing at play?
Yeah, maybe that's the word, girl code.
I don't know. Well, I don't have this issue, so.
I mean, I will say in the
Thanks for the advice
that Sade just referenced, they were totally fine about us hanging out with each other, and I've hung out with. I don't think that I've met the other one's new man, but if I were to hang out with them, it would not be a thing. My friend would not fucking care.
I'm just using that as a frame of reference for like maybe how close you might have gotten with the partner.
Okay, you know what? I do see that, but no, I see that because I really.
But I also see where Chelsea's coming from in terms of like the dynamic where it's like with a heterosexual couple, I think there is always like a little line towing between like how close you are with your friend's man versus them being in a homosexual couple. Like I was with, it don't matter. Like I could hang out with your man all the time. Your man ain't like, there's no weird
I'm
energy.
Like, we're holding hands and shit. Like I'm snuggling on the couch with your boyfriend.
Right.
And I'm sending you pictures of it, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, best of luck. Yeah.
Really interesting.
Very.
That was very interesting.
Good thing Glenn. I was gonna say something so shady. I'm not gonna say
it. Swallow those words right back up.
Okay.
I'll tell
you. I'm about to fight you.
Yeah, I'm like, the fuck you about to say, bitch? Okay.
Well, good luck, girl. Maybe let us know how that goes. Don't get jumped by your old friend.
Don't get jumped. However, if there is a really nice wedding and you get invited, I might go.
You will definitely go.
I would.
I'd ask my
Glenn, get the fuck out of here. You're not even gonna go to the dinner. Now you're not. Now you're going to the wedding.
Yeah, because you want to be nosy,
right?
And report back.
Well, I just like a good wedding.
I know. I don't know why in my mind the wedding is in like Mykonos. Okay. I guess it's because our friend is in Greece right now. I'm like, I'm going.
Yeah, I feel like if they're by the time the man is going down the aisle, I would hope they're okay. But imagine if they just get engaged like overnight, like real fast, and getting married.
Ooh,
like everything so she wanted with him, he just does it mad fast. With
oh no!
Ooh. Nah, I would have to roast him. I would have to be like, you need therapy.
Yeah,
no. But you met the new girl, and you're like, damn, she is fucking amazing.
Fuck.
Like you tried to not like her. She's so likable.
And low key, you knew him and your friend wasn't really gonna last.
Oh.
Damn. This is horrible. Wow. I never want to go through this.
You're like, oh, she has a better fit.
Yeah, like
I'd lock that down too.
So
damn.
Oh, damn.
This is a great what would you do? Thank you, anonymous woman.
Right.
Yes. Please, if you have a what would you do and you'd like some terrible advice, please email us at hello@blackgirlstexting. You could also DM us on Instagram at blackgirlstexting. You can also be a patron if you don't have advice and you just want to support an independent Black woman-owned podcast. Mm-hmm. We're on Patreon at Black Girls Texting, and we also have a YouTube called Black Girls Texting, and we also have a website called Black Girls Texting, and we have a Twitter called Black Girls Text One.
Good job.
Lots of options, lots of ways to engage.
Yes, and I retweeted that article, so if you want to quickly find the article, that's a way to find it quickly.
I don't even know how to do that. All right, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.